Yeah, 2023, here we go. Doing this, gonna eat right, gonna be in the gym all the time. Let's go.
Weeks later.
I thought you were going to the gym.
Gym, what? I didn't,
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Strength by the Numbers. New year, new me. So we're going to be talking about the reasons people start these resolutions, go to the gym, stay healthy, eat fit, eat right, stay fit, etc., and why they don't keep it. So I scoured about 20 different articles all over the internet and asked around some friends about what is the reasoning, why they're ever intimidated to go to the gym or to keep exercising, and what kind of quit. So without further ado, let's get into it. And it's also, it's already been requested, this also kind of ties into fitness discipline. So here we go. Number 5. All right, the first big reason I saw ranking at number 5 is I'm too tired to go. Simply too tired to work out, things like that. First solution is go with a friend, of course. Things like this, like they'll keep you motivated, you keep each other accountable. It's nothing worse than letting your friend down. So not only letting yourself down, but not going and letting your friend down. So yeah, it helps you going. One of the reasons I started these videos and fitness things is to keep myself accountable. So trust me, every little bit helps. Or if you don't have any friends, then you can just go after work. Maybe the morning time's not for you. I love a morning lift before. That's how I start my day. I personally love it. Some people do not. That was 20 years of the military taught me to work out first thing in the morning. It's ingrained in my soul. But if you do go after work, I highly suggest don't go home. So essentially, go to the office or wherever. Bring your gym clothes with you, and then go right to the gym. Even if you work from home, then no problem. Once that work day is done, like you throw those gym clothes on and boom, ASAP, get to that gym stat. Don't mess around. Don't make it. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, well, I gotta make dinner. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. Trust me, you can do it when you get done. Another thing is caffeine is your friend. Don't be afraid of good old caffeine. I take a pre-workout in the morning. Simply I'll be in the gym 5:30 in the morning. So of course I need to get up and go. Now if you're not into pre-workouts, that's fine. A cup of coffee works great, or a tea, or even a caffeine pill or something. Something to get you going. Even after work, I suggest, if you're going to take any of this, moderate your intake towards the end of the night because you don't want to really I try to have no caffeine past 4 p.m. personally, but personal preference, and that's what works for me. And then finally, you get some ample rest. Don't be up till 1 in the morning watching your TikTok videos and any of that stuff, then expect to be at the gym at 5 a.m. It's not going to happen. You need to give your body ample rest for recovery regardless. So just make sure you're getting that rest, and then you'll wake up just ready to go. Number 4. All right, the next one I saw is motivation. This is a huge one. Of course, big thing here is what keeps you motivated, what keeps you going back. You got to set your goals. Start small. Don't do the whole, hey, I'm going to drop 30 pounds. I expect that next week. That never works. It won't work. 2 pounds a week is healthy. You might have if you're doing a weight loss thing, you might have a huge thing in the beginning. Or on vice versa, I don't know, if you're a hard gainer out there and you want to look like guys like Greg Doucette or Ronnie Coleman, don't expect that in a week because it ain't going to happen. Doesn't matter what you're taking. Always start small. So things like, hey, I want to, bench 225. So maybe you can only bench 185, for example. So start there, keep going until you hit it. I remember that when I was a lot younger, I hit 225, but that was one of the greatest days. So start small with your goals. Then you'll start achieving them, and you'll feel better. Next one is achieve small victories. Kind of what we're just same kind of thing. It's just smaller goals, small victories, what we call in the military at least. It's just like, hey, you know what? My small victories. I went to the gym 4 times this week. I made all 4 days this week. Small victory, done. And it doesn't have to be the whole big goal. And then, of course, reminder of the long-term effects of this. That's what should keep you motivated. Is hey, I'm being healthier. This is gonna, in the long run, this is gonna achieve greatness for me. I can live a better lifestyle after this. So remember that. Don't forget that. Remember, the time in the gym or the time extra you're on a run or you're lifting weights. That's the battle. But remember the war. That's the whole thing. The war is a long term. So number 3. All right, number 3 reason I saw is there is just no time. No one has time, right? Of course, if we have other solutions to that. Like let's just say you get in the office early and you leave late, or whether you work from home or wherever you work, and you just have extended hours. A great idea is exercise at lunchtime. Go there, take the break. You got to take that break. It's great to be in love with your work and it's great to do all that and be successful. However, you're going to kill yourself. I watch many, many people that work 10, 12-hour days just get out of shape, and then it doesn't really matter if you're not going to be around long enough to spend all that money you're making, right? So good idea is to take a break, exercise at lunchtime. I don't know, maybe take a few minutes here and there too. You can always take small breaks and just be like, hey, I'm going to take every hour. I'm gonna go do 1 minute of push-ups, or I'm gonna do 1 minute of sit-ups, or 1 minute of calf raises, or something like that. And just do that all day. You'll be amazed at the results that come from that. So, and it really, you just got to turn make exercise a daily activity. Essentially, make it work. I mean, you can have excuses for time all you want. I hear it all the time. That's typically, I thought this would be the number one excuse, but it's not. And the whole thing is like, hey, I'm gonna get up an hour. I guess I have to get up a couple hours early extra to do it. I travel for work as a contractor all the time, and we have 8 a.m. start times, and I don't want to. I'm in different time zones here and there, and no, I don't want to get up at 4 in the morning to go to the gym just to get a lift in. But I know my day is gonna run all day possibly, so what the heck, right? You gotta get up. You feel better when you do it, so you gotta make it a daily activity. You know, Schedule time for working out is what I'm saying. And then finally, remember working out simply only 20 to 45 minutes. It doesn't need to be an all day event. It doesn't need to be an hour and a half. Nothing like that, really. You can work out hard for 20 minutes and you'll get just as much out of a 90 minutes in the gym. So it doesn't take long, and every day should be a little different anyway. So you have hard days, light days, etc. So keep that in mind. If people always think it's going to take hours and hours, it really does not. You got to get that motivation and get there and make it a routine. You're good to go. Number two. All right, number two reason is money and fees. Gyms take membership fees, things like that. It does cost money to go to a gym typically. So, of course, in days like today, I completely understand. If you don't have that extra money a month, for a gym membership or something like that, no problem. You can always go for a walk. You could run. You could bike. You know, Walking and running you don't need anything else. You have your 2 feet. So, bike, yeah, if you don't want to buy a bike, great. You can still rent them or whatever. Anything you want, whatever floats your boat. Really, you just gotta do what's going to keep you motivated anyway. But there's other cheap options for the gym, such as if you're a new lifter, I would suggest things like, pains me to say, but I would suggest things like a Planet Fitness. $20 a month, I believe. That's about it. They're super cheap, and if you travel at all, you can find them anywhere. Just ignore the free pizza when you get there and ignore all the garbage stuff they do to keep you out of shape. But other than that, super cheap option. I personally go to an Anytime Fitness. For traveling all around this country, I can always find one. I've never not found one while working, so I probably pay about $26 a month, and it's a wonderful membership because no matter where I'm at, I have no excuse because there's a gym nearby. And then of course, compare it to how much you're spending on your daily Starbucks coffee. That's $7, $8 right there a day. I mean, hell, you buy 3 of those a week, or you buy 3 of those in a month, that should just pay for your gym membership. You know what I mean? Or, do you need that Netflix, that Paramount Plus, the Hulu, the Disney Plus? You need all those subscriptions? You can probably eliminate one, and then that will go ahead and pay for your gym subscription. So things to keep in mind, try to put things in perspective is what I'm saying here. No one likes to pay money up front for anything, but when you put it in perspective, you're like, actually, it's not that bad. I can't afford that. But everyone's got a different situation, so understand. So just work with what you got. There's options here. Number one, number one, number one. And this brings us to the biggest reason people don't go to the gym or stop working out is because of lack of confidence or being self-conscious about your body. And this is a tough one to break for people because, man, oh man, everyone's going to have a different perspective on this. And everyone's got a different level of confidence. Some people can see a small improvement and then just their brain skyrockets. They're like, this is awesome. Someone like me, when I was a kid, I essentially could never gain weight. I was a hard gainer, and I joined the army at 6'2", 149 pounds. No kidding. And I retired at 6'2", 240 pounds, 20 years later. So I didn't gain weight till my late 20s. So it's at a hard time. I always thought I was the scrawniest guy in the world. And to this day, I still look at myself as the scrawniest guy in the world, which is ridiculous. I know. Or I just think I'm fat all the time. But this is the thing. Lack of confidence, being self-conscious is a huge one. So first step to improve this is be confident in what you're wearing. You don't have to be, I don't know why it's been a newer thing. You don't have to wear the tight yoga pants all the time. You don't need that. You just, I wear shorts and a t-shirt, very normal stuff. Wear shorts, sweatpants, t-shirt, whatever. And if you want to cover stuff up, wear a sweatshirt. I don't know. Everyone's a little different, but make sure whatever you're wearing, you're confident in. Don't do it just you should be going to the gym to get a phone number anyway. You should just be going to the gym to work out. So no matter what you're doing, riding, biking, all that. And if you bike, you don't have to wear the biking outfit. You're not on Tour de France. Let's be honest. You see it all the time, but whatever. So whatever you're wearing, just be confident in, and that's a good step one. Next, you want to go in there with a plan. Like you're working out, like write it out for the week. Like, hey, Monday, I'm going to go for, 1 mile run. Tuesday, I'm going to go do chest day for 20 minutes in the gym. Maybe then write out your workout plan. I have my workout plans all the time. I always have my phone ready to go. I never go to the gym and stand around. because then you kind of look silly because then you're gonna just kind of jump machine hop and not really get anything out of it. You'll get something out of it, but you could be getting more out of it is my point. If you went with a plan like chest day, cool, like back and buys, cool, or run 2 miles or whatever. Always have your plan and stick with it. It'll help. And then ignore everyone around you is a huge one because you know what? Everyone's got their own thing, reason for being in the gym, and their reason's probably not the same as yours. So, whether it's in there you just want to learn the exercises, whether you're trying to get fit or whether you're training for an event. I go to my gym in the morning. There's one girl there. She works out. But she's an aesthetic competitor, so she's working out differently than everybody else. She's going pretty hard. I go there to stay in shape. I go there. I'm not just super injured all the time. You know what I mean? And just to live a fitter lifestyle. So everyone's got a different reason for being there. Just ignore everyone around you and don't even matter what they do. Especially for your guys, don't ever ego lift. I don't care what the guy, if someone's squatting next to you and they're squatting four plates and you're only doing 2 plates, that's fine. You're in a different world than they are, so don't worry about them. Also, you work out with a friend. We're back to this again. Of course, that helps. It'll help you be there, have someone to talk to keep you again, keeps goes motivation and all that. But that way you at least don't feel alone and by yourself. And then you can also go during off-peak hours to the gym, things like this. Like maybe it's moderately crowded in the morning, and it's going to be really, really crowded probably after work. Typically, lunchtime's not too bad typically, and then figure it out in the gym. You can actually, if you actually go on your phone and your Google Maps and open up the gym, let's say you're going to, for example, type it in there, and once it comes up, as if you're getting directions, just scroll down, and then you'll see there'll be usually there's graphs like hours and how busy they are. So I do that when I travel for Anytime Fitnesses. I go to the ones that seem the least busy, and those are the ones I hit. And that way, just less distraction. And then finally, try a personal trainer or attend a class. I lucked out when I was when I was a Green Beret. We had a Thor program, was what it's called. Essentially, we had personal trainers, and taught you all the lifts and all that. And I realized I was screwing up for many, many years. But it was nice, gave you the confidence and all that. And like, I know how to lift. I know when I'm doing squats right. I know when I've deadlift right. I know when I bench right. I know when I screw up. So those are huge things. Don't just go on the internet and watch a YouTube video. You're not an expert. You got to try and try and try, and you're going to screw up, and you got to keep on trying. So also a class environment, this helps a lot with that. The military is always good with that for physical PT in the morning, physical training. You're there is with your company or with your platoon typically. And there's, it's a group event. It's kind of motivating. So getting in to realize, hey, there's people on the same boat as me. Nice. And you make new friends. You never know, right? So these are just options. Hopefully this will get you through, get you a little more confidence going, because once that confidence starts, oh man, it'll just keep on rolling. All right, now we have the reasons why people stop working out and all that. So why even work out? Why bother, right? First thing is, of course, the standard lose weight. That's what everybody typically wants to do. Everyone can probably stand to lose a few pounds. I know I can. Everybody really can. Maybe some small percentage of this country that doesn't, but that's the biggest thing. No matter what you do, hell, just walking every day, you're going to lose weight. So as long as a body in motion stays in motion, that's kind of the whole thing. So that's the biggest motivation most people have. And, don't be a slave to the scale. That's the biggest thing is don't weigh yourself every day. I don't care what you read. I don't care what article, who you listen to. Do not, no good trainer will ever tell you to watch the scale every day. My buddy Bob, if you don't follow him, Chef Bob he works for Ghost, but he has also a personal trainer. And he'll always tell you on his Instagram, hey, don't be a slave to the numbers. Don't weigh yourself like that. Maybe once a week's great. If you do weigh yourself, you're gonna do numbers. Make sure it's similar time every week. Similar intake. Like, if it's first thing in the morning on a Tuesday, great. Always do it first thing in the morning on a Tuesday. There's a lot of factors at play here, but the numbers, doesn't always tell the whole truth. You'll know if you're not losing weight, your clothes will fit a little looser and things like that. You'll know. Trust me. Next one, of course, is to stay fit. This is kind of the boat I'm in. No matter what, like I always want to be strong and I always just want to be fit. I can't walk around telling people I'm a retired Green Beret if I start looking like a tubby piece of crap. So that would be embarrassing for me. So that's the biggest thing for me is I just like staying fit. I'm also very probably narcissistic, so that really helps. So that's, a big thing. It just makes life a little easier, honestly, staying fit. With you got some kids, you can pick up your son or daughter easier. And you got to throw them on a piggyback for a little while, things like that. Like, I was out with Lisa and her daughter Amelia. We were at Kennywood last summer, and Amelia got tired. So I had to piggyback her out of there. But man, imagine I was out of shape and I couldn't piggyback an 8-year-old girl. That would be sad. It'd bum her out, it'd bum me out. So good reason to stay fit. Just makes life easier. Tone up, people like it. Of course, you want to start looking better. Essentially, what I mean here of tone up is, they always hear the look good naked thing. You always want to just, you can always tighten up your shot group, essentially, with your shot group being your body. So good to stay fit. I mean, tone up rather. It's just nice to just look a little better. And it's really going to help with this final thing is to improve your mental health. Big discussion is mental health these days. And, the biggest thing is when people just sit around all day, you're not going to feel great. Like, I'll tell you the biggest difference. When I get up and go to the gym, which I did this morning, I was super excited to make this video because I'm energetic, I'm motivated. Now, if I didn't get up and go to the gym, like the other morning, I woke up hungover. I didn't go. I was pretty much just all day, no energy, just bummer. It's I call it the gym, I call it my religion, I call it my temple, I call it my church. So everyone's got their own reasoning for being there, but it just truly helps your mental health. You start looking better, you're gonna feel better. Still think Deion Sanders used to say that, look good, feel good. It's a real thing. So, and then what happens when you have better mental health? Your confidence goes up, then your life just gets a little bit easier because all of a sudden it's just better. All great reasons to even work out. And that sums up this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Please help me share this on social media, things like that. I could always use more of a following in the beginning stages. Of course, hopefully you learned something from here. Let me know in the comments. Do you want to see more of, see less of, things like that? What you want to see in the future? I will gladly oblige. Any future video recommendations, of course. And then, tell me what stops you from going to the gym down there. What has stopped you in the past, and how do you plan to overcome it? We can discuss that. I'd love to have these discussions with you. And if you need any help getting started, honestly, like no kidding, getting a plan together or something, honestly, just you gotta hit me in the comments. Email me, hit me on Instagram, hit me wherever. Or if you don't know how to get a hold of me, just say, hey, I need to get a hold of you in the comments, and then, you know, we can talk from there. But again, remember, I'm not a personal trainer or nutritionist, but I just have a lot of life experience with this stuff. So thanks again for watching. And remember, stay strong.